Act 1. The Bet, EXT. Naval Special Warfare Center, Coronado, California, 0430 hours. The Pacific is black. The beach is darker. Floodlights cut across wet sand like prison searchlights. A line of candidates stands at attention in the surf zone, shivering in soaked BDUs. Most are men. Standing apart from the group, hands at her sides, jaw set, staring straight ahead is Petty Officer 2nd Class Elena Voss, 28. Iron-framed, eyes like a weapons locker. She does not shiver. Behind the candidates, a circle of instructors confers in low voices. At their center, Commander Dale McCrory, 47. 22 years of hard service carved into his face. He holds a clipboard like a weapon. He glances at Voss. McCrory, to his senior instructor barely above the wind. How long you give her? Senior instructor. Shark Dillard, 38, does not look at Voss. Dillard, noon, maybe. If the cold don't take her in the surf evolutions. McCrory, marking something on the clipboard. I'll say Euro 900. She'll ring the bell during cold iron. Dillard says nothing. He's seen men twice her size ring that bell. Int briefing room, 045 hours, fluorescent light. Folding chairs. The candidates sit at attention. A projector clicks on. 2 words fill the wall. Cold iron silence. McCrory, at the front of the room, arms crossed. Cold iron is not a test of your body. Your body is already broken. We've made sure of that. Cold iron is a test of what's left when your body has nothing more to give. You will carry a 60-pound iron log, alone, through 3 miles of surf, sand, and obstacle course. You will do it in under 90 minutes. You will not be helped. You will not be touched. When you fail, and most of you will fail, you will walk to that bell, ring it 3 times, and you are done. No second chances. No appeals. Done. He pauses. His eyes find Voss briefly. She does not look away. McCrory, conted candidates. Move out. Act 2, the Iron Ext. Coronado Beach, 0530 hours dawn. Is a gray rumor on the horizon. 22 candidates line up on the sand. In front of each, a 60-pound iron log, sand-crusted, welded with rebar handles. Dillard paces the line. Dillard. When I say go, you pick it up. You don't put it down until you cross that finish marker or you ring that bell. Those are the only 2 outcomes. Go. The sound of iron scraping sand. Grunts, a few shouts. Candidates heave their logs up. Voss lifts hers cleanly, tucks it under her arm, walks forward. EXT surf zone, 0600 hours. The Pacific doesn't care. Waves come in sets, chest high, cold enough to steal breath on contact. Candidates wade through with their logs, some stumbling, some going under. Candidate Rivers, 24, a massive lineman type, goes to one knee. His log hits the surf. He hauls it back up, screaming through his teeth. Voss passes him without looking. Her log doesn't waver. On the observation berm above, McCrory watches, marks his board. McCrory, to himself, 0900, EXT, obstacle course, say 7.5 hours, a rope wall, a cargo net, a trench of standing water, mud, everywhere, mud. Candidate Torres, 26, drops at the trench's edge. He sits in the mud, log across his knees. His eyes are somewhere else. After a long moment, he stands. Walks 2. The bell, a brass ship's bell on a post, mounted near the observation post. He grips the rope, rings it, clang, clang, clang. He sets his helmet on the sand, the signal of departure, and walks away. Voss watches him go as she passes. No judgment, no satisfaction. She adjusts her grip and climbs. EXT, Coronado Beach, 0847 hours. 12 candidates remain. Several are visibly degraded, hypothermia showing in blue lips, mechanical movements, 1,000-yard stares. Candidate Harris, 27, stops 30 yards from the halfway marker, sets his log down in the sand, sits on it. He's done the math. He's doing it out loud. Harris, I can't. I physically cannot. Dillard appears behind him. Dillard. Then ring the bell, Harris. Harris, staring at the sand. I can't do that either. Silence. Dillard walks away. He doesn't look back. Voss passes Harris without stopping, but she speaks. Voss, quiet, not slowing. Don't think about the distance. Think about the next step. Harris looks up. Voss doesn't look back either. EXT. Observation berm. Oh, 8:48 hours. McCrory checks his watch. Oh, 8:48. He looks at the course. Voss is moving through the third obstacle, a series of sand berms topped with low crawl wire. She's carrying the log overhead, both arms extended, locked out. McCrory squints. That is not the required carry position. McCrory to Dillard. What is she doing? Dillard, watching neutral. Overhead press carry, sir. Not prohibited. McCrory, no one carries it overhead through the wire. You can't. Dillard says nothing. Voss drops under the first wire. Log still up. She crawls. Log catches the wire. She stops. Adjusts the angle. Rotates the log flat. Continues. 18 inches of clearance, and she threads it like a needle. McCrory makes no mark on his clipboard. Act 3. Cold Iron, XT, Coronado Beach, Mile 2, 09:18 hours. 8 candidates remain. The sun is fully up now, cold light, no warmth. Wind off the water, the kind of morning that's beautiful if you're watching from inside. Voss is at the front of the remaining group. Her log is at her side. Her arms are shaking, the first visible sign that she is, in fact, human. She stops. Dillard appears at her shoulder. Dillard, low. You're at mile 2. You stop here, you're stopping on your feet, Voss. That means something. No shame in Voss, not looking at him. Is that what you'd say to him? She nods toward Candidate Rivers, 20 yards behind her, still moving, log on his shoulder. Dillard says nothing. Voss continued. Then don't say it to me. She moves. Exterior. Final stretch. Coronado Beach. 09:52 hours, the finish marker. A red stake in the sand, 200 yards out. The remaining candidates can see it. 5 of them. Candidate Harris, somehow still there, is 50 yards behind Voss, moving in a kind of full-body prayer, his log held like a baby. Voss's legs are failing. You can see it in the hitch of her stride, her left knee buckling every third step, catching, driving through. She does not stop. 100 yards? 50. Her arms give out. The log drops, hits the sand. She drops with it. Both knees, hands on the iron. The beach goes quiet. Even the wind seems to pause. On the berm, McCrory's pen is still. He watches. Voss's hands tighten on the rebar handles. She stands. She picks it up. She walks the last 40 yards. She crosses the marker. She sets the log down, gently, deliberately, like she's returning something that was never hers to keep. She straightens, turns to face the water, breathes. Exterior observation, berm. Continuous McCrory stares at the finish marker. At Voss standing before the Pacific, hands at her sides, chest heaving, not kneeling, not shaking, not ringing any bell. His clipboard slips. He catches it before it hits the ground, but just barely. His senior instructor sees it. Dillard, quietly, watching Voss. 09:52, sir. McCrory looks at his wristwatch, then at his clipboard, then at Voss. He clicks his pen, writes something. McCrory, to himself, barely audible. I was wrong. Act 4, after in T, briefing room, 1400 hours. The surviving candidates sit, Voss among them. Dry now, but barely. Bandaged hands, eyes that have been somewhere most people never go. McCrory enters. No clipboard this time. McCrory, you want to know what cold iron is for? Nobody answers. Nobody has the energy. McCrory continued. It's not to break you. Breaking is easy. We can break anyone. Give us enough time and cold water, we'll break a machine. Cold iron is to find out what's underneath the breaking. What's still standing after the last thing you had is gone. He looks at each candidate. When he reaches Voss, he holds her gaze for a moment. McCrory continued. Today, I saw some of that. He sets a single sheet of paper on the table in front of her. She doesn't look down. McCrory continued. Welcome to Phase 2. He walks out. Voss looks down at the paper. We don't see what it says. But for the first time since the sun came up, she exhales. Fade to black. The body quits long before the person does. Cold iron is how you find the person. Commander Dale McCrory, fictitious. The end.